Oh, there, they couldn't hear us.
Oh dear.
We're here. We're here. Don't worry. We've got sound. Okay, good morning. Good morning. Hey, it's not Mary Fulton Fit if there's not a little problem. Everybody give me a cheers right now. Give me a cheers. Give me a cheers. Cheers. Good morning. So we're really excited. You can hear us now nice, loud, and clear. So if you want to mute us, too bad. So I'm going to start off by saying happy anniversary, Alisha. 1 year in the garage. Everybody give her a round of applause. The crowd. Oh, I need to figure out how to get a crowd.
Oh, the noise.
Cheering. Yeah. So here is the verse I wanted to start off with. And it is, 2 are better than 1 because they have a good reward for their toil or a good return for their work. And this is Ecclesiastes 4:9. And then, and so it's kind of the best way to start. So we're going to go flashback to last year and what happened. So let's take a little flashback video. Here we go. We're getting very fancy over here.
Getting so fancy.
Flashback video.
I feel like we're on a...
Hello and happy Monday! Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to see you guys. I miss you so much, and I have a special, amazing guest here. Get over here. So my name is Mary Fulton, and this is Mary Fulton Fit. We are doing body pump today. But for those of you that don't know me, well, I've had an injury, and so I was thinking of like, oh my gosh, how can I keep teaching you guys and keep coming back? Because I know that you want this community, and so it came to my mind that I'm blessed with this girl. She's going to be my legs. So I'm adopting her. We will be doing workouts together. Things that I'm unable to do right now. Let my leg rest. She is going to be that, and she's going to embody that. So can we give her some hearts and some yeses and some shout outs out in the chat box right now? Let's give Alisha a cheer. We're so excited. Let me just go ahead and share. We're going to do body pumps. So what do you need today? You need either, Alicia's going to show you, she's got a selection of dumbbells over here for different weights, okay? So make your selection. And then a mat or a bench. Of course, I have a barbell. You can follow along with me with the bar. And I'll tell you what kind of weights you need. And I'm just... Hello and happy Monday! Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to see you guys. I missed you so much, and I have a special, amazing... Again. Get over here. So my name is Mary Fulton, and this is... All right, now remember, I'm the studio lady too, so if the sound didn't work for a second, but that was the first day in history of Sexy Alisha coming to the channel, and I don't believe I said Sexy Alisha till later, and actually I think it's on the second day, because I watched July 21st, and I said, this is my sexy friend, Alisha. And then it morphed to Sexy Alisha because I couldn't control myself. But we're just going to go backwards in time. And I'm going to ask Alisha kind of how this all came to be on her side. And then kind of like my version too. And then just kind of ask you some questions. So, so tell me a little bit about last year in July.
July.
And speak loudly because it's coming from that monitor.
So last year, July, we were in lockdown. At that point still, right? We had been in lockdown for 2.5 months, I think, at that point. And you had been doing the...
July.
3
That's
months?
4 months.
4 months?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, 4 months. I can do math. Don't worry.
It's okay. I believe in you, Alisha. I believe in you.
And you were doing the Facebook videos. I had been training with you before we shut down. I loved the training. The training was like my favorite thing. It was 3 times a week. We'd all show up early, and it was just such a great way to start your morning. And
Morning madness with Mary at the gym.
She used to make us do a cheer too at the end. We'd all like a team, like in morning madness in the middle of the gym, like with everybody looking at us, and she would dance and like shake her booty in the middle of the gym at like 5 o'clock in the morning. So it was so much fun. It was great.
That's about right.
And she'd kill us. She'd kill us. Like, you know, like she'd put us in these straps and she'd be like faster, and I'd be like, we flipped tires. It was great. So I missed it. I missed it so much, and I was like, well, I'll do the Facebook thing because you're doing Facebook, and I was so happy, and I was really supportive of you doing it, and I was like, keep going, this is great, and there were a lot of us who weren't, you know, planning to go back to the gym anytime soon.
And the gym did reopen, and I remember you messaging me and saying, Mary, don't stop what you're doing.
Yeah.
Like, what you're doing is really special. And I was like, well, I'm going to work and try to do it both at the same time. But I only was at the gym for a week, and then it shut down again.
And then I think just mentally, day in and day out with the same, 3 people, that's pretty much who I was with, my family. And the kids were not in school, and my husband had a job loss. There was just a lot going on, and I just started to kind of fall off. And I kept saying, I need to get back up, I need to get up, I need to get back on, and whatnot, and it just wasn't happening. And then I told Mary, there was a post she did, and she looks really super sexy, with a black dress on a railroad track.
Yeah.
And she's like, where are you going? And
I don't try to be sexy.
And I wrote like looking good, but I looked back on it, and I actually wrote like flames. And then you were like,
thank you.
Yeah, and then you kind of pushed, and you were like, where are you going? And then I did respond, actually. I didn't think I responded, but I did. And I was like, I need to get back on it. I need to get myself going, and just, not get so discouraged with falling off and sitting in that space that I fell off.
And this date, because I love Facebook, because it brings back your memories. And so I told her, I was like, oh, it's July 18th that I posted the railroad picture, and I said, where are you going next?
Right.
Or what's stopping you from moving forward? Something like that. And so I remember her saying that. So I'm going to give you a little bit of tidbit of where I was at. So I injured my, it was basically my sciatic nerve, and I couldn't really move, and I didn't know what to do. And I was doing Tony Robbins at the time for 3 days, and that's when I posted that. And for me, it was the moment of, I need to pivot, because what I told my sister, I said, what do I do? Like, she's like, Mary, you can barely like walk right now. And I was like, well, do I shut down the channel? Like, I already took some days off. She said, why don't you get someone to help you? And then I was like, I need someone to be my legs. And since she had messaged me that she needed motivation and help, I went ahead and texted the wrong Alisha, and I said, will you be my legs? And this girl's like, huh? What? Sure, I like your legs. And I was like, no. I was like, she's just laughing, and I was like, sorry, wrong person. And then I texted you.
Yeah.
And then, so you tell your portion of when you received the text. Will you be my legs?
It was Sunday, so it was the day before.
July 19th.
I was driving to my mom's. I had my kids in the car, maybe, or my daughter. I don't remember which one was with me. And I got the message. You said something like, I have an idea, I think.
I have an idea.
Yeah, I have a great idea. And it was a very random text message, and I was like, why is Mary telling me she has an idea? Like, what does that mean? And then
she didn't even know what was about to happen to her future self.
And then you said, I need someone to be my legs. You could be my legs. And I was like, yes.
Yep.
Instantly, I was like, yes.
Instantly.
I didn't think about it. I didn't, sit and say, well, like I just wrote yes. And then we were just like so excited. I cried. I know I cried. Yeah. You said you cried.
We didn't even actually talk on the phone. Through text messages, we were both bawling.
Yeah, I just cried because I was like, I just needed something, right? I needed someone. I needed something,
and the text message said 2 weeks. I'll be better in 2 weeks.
Yes, it did say 2 weeks. That's right.
Raise your hand or give me a heart if you've had an injury and you're like, I'll be ready in just 3 days. Oh, I'll be back in 2 weeks.
Yes.
And
That's
now,
me
like
right now, my
wrist,
wrist.
yeah. And sometimes injuries take a lot longer. And just a little background. My injury, yes, I don't really think it was from workouts. I was having my own personal stuff, so I'm just gonna jump into that for a second and say, last year around April through all this time, I was definitely, I don't know if you guys are in the spiritual realm, but definitely spiritually attacked. And what I mean by that is I really believe that this platform has a greater purpose. And in that moment, I was definitely attacked in so many different ways, left and right, tossed and turned, went underwater, made some left turns. And so I was in emotional turmoil. And that's why this brand is about mind, body, soul. Because, hey guys, you know what? We can work out all that we want, but if we're not putting the right things in our mind and our soul and all of those things, we're not going to be healthy. Being healthy is all of it together. And there were some things I needed to release and things I needed to push through. But I really feel like God allowed me to be injured because I needed this beautiful friend. and this beautiful friend.
Sexy
And
Alisha.
it began something totally different than I think that what we ever imagined. So I just thought, hey, she's gonna come help me for a couple weeks and then I got this.
Yeah.
But what God taught me, and I'm just gonna say this and come back to her, is that to be humbled. Alicia and I went through a lot in this garage together. I was going through a lot. I didn't expect that I was gonna pour my soul out to her before I turn on the iPad every day. And during the journey, you know, I lost my father-in-law. I had just a lot of stuff, a lot of like crazy stuff in our home with the kids and COVID. And so this became a place of prayer and peace. Before we went live, we'd cry and we'd turn on the camera, change our state, live in gratitude and grab onto gratitude. And you know, God is good, God is faithful. And I could have thought that being injured was the end of this, but it was actually the foundation and the beginning of it. Like, it turned into a team and not just me. And it's not just about me. This is not about me actually at all. This is about God. And so 2 are better than 1, 3 are better than 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We need a community for anything we're trying to do. And we're all human. We all make mistakes, but God's grace is just abundant, and keep in step with His word and in Him, because that's where the peace is. So as I released the things that I struggled with, I started to heal. So she was my legs, but we healed in a lot of different ways. But I'm going to jump back to you because I want you to tell your piece of the story as you came in.
You did say 2 weeks, and I thought, perfect, just the jump start I
Only
need.
2 weeks.
Yeah, just get back on track, and that's great, and and then the first week, the first day. Let me just say the first day, because it was 2 hours at that point.
Yeah,
Still,
let's do it
wasn't
like we did body pump and core.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And
And
like
so,
2 hours, 1.5 to 2.5.
Yeah. Okay. I couldn't.
5 days a week, by the way. We
6.
had a Saturday.
Was it? Yeah, 6.
Sundays was off.
6 days a week, right?
Oh, that's 6 days in a week.
Math for once.
Wow.
Yes.
Good job, Sexy Alisha.
6 days a week.
2 hours a day.
About, an hour and a half to 2 hours a day. The first day, I couldn't move.
Oh.
I couldn't move. Like, when I say I couldn't move, by the second day, I really couldn't move. Like, I was walking around like this, like, and I was like this to sit. And my husband was like, what are you going to do? And I was like, I think if I can just get up, I'll be okay, you know? And he was like, you can't move. And I'm like, I know, but once we get going, it's like, like the oil will start, you know? Like, yeah. And so I just kept coming. I just kept showing up. I had a friend who was like, are you insane? We're 40 years old. Like, what is-
That's right. I
Yeah.
remember your friend telling you
she was like,
that
are
you
crazy,
couldn't do
girl?
it. Like,
Yeah.
she told her, you're too old. And
She was like, we're not in our 20s anymore. And I was like, when people tell me sometimes things that I can't do, I'm kind of like, I can do this. I will show you that I can do this. And then, so mentally I was like, oh, I can do this. Like, don't you worry, I will do it. Well, I couldn't walk. This is my, mental struggle. So, the 2 weeks turned into a month, right? I think, at that point.
And then it just kept going.
Yeah, I didn't know.
We have one little comment right there. What does it say? Read it out loud.
This is from John Rudd. Practice Pilates in parallel with your other workouts to minimize muscular and skeletal problems.
Totally agree with you, for sure. And at the time, though, when I launched my brand, I was just doing multiple different workouts, trying to find what I could do virtually and not get in trouble. But we added bar, John, and bar has that Pilates component. And so the booty bar that we did a couple times a week, and we've definitely modified the whole schedule. It was all part of kind of coming up with the right balance. But I agree with you for sure. But go ahead, go back to what you're saying.
Oh no. I didn't know you like I know you now. So when I started with Mary, I only knew her as my trainer. We were on the same baseball team.
She didn't see that crazy side yet.
Yeah, we were on the same baseball team once, and we were on the same baseball team twice, and then, but that was kind of like it. Like, I wasn't super close, so I did not know what you were going through personally and spiritually. And I remember the first time, like, where it kind of came out, and I was like, oh, like,
You got some heavy
blood,
love.
yeah.
We call it the tsunami.
Yeah, there was, I don't know.
I do. It's the song. I can hear it. It was a tsunami, but we rode the tsunami.
Yeah, and I think that just broke, you know, that like level, right? Of
Sure.
like,
Oh, I'm your trainer.
yeah, and we just kind of, I don't know, ups and downs, and you know, things working, things not working.
But I still remember the moment when Alisha said to me, because at first she didn't realize that we were like live everywhere, and then she kind of second guessed herself. She's like, I'm not supposed to be here, Mary. I don't have the perfect body. This is, you got to pick somebody else. Somebody else.
Oh, yeah,
Mary."
yeah.
And I said, sorry, God picked you. I said, and God picked me.
Yeah.
And I don't know what the hell I'm doing either.
That was so scary. That
I
was
know.
like, because like, I don't know how you feel about it, but like sometimes when those comments are going on, you know, the Facebook thing, and I'm like, oh no, like what is it
What are
saying?
they saying?
And like, and I have never really put myself out like that. Like I tend to be a lot more private, to be honest.
Yeah, she's not really in the TikTok land.
No, I'm not in the TikTok thing. My stuff, I try to lock it down. You know, I'm very like, who can see what?
Booty. Keep going, sorry.
And so it was hard for me. I don't know if it was hard for you, if you felt like once you were out there, like,
It held you more accountable, if anything. It would make you want to do better, right? So if anything, that helped motivate you more.
yes, that part, because I felt like, I don't know if you feel this way too, but I don't feel like I have the opportunity to stop when we're working out. Because I'm like,
Keep going,
everybody's
Alisha.
watching us, and
Yeah.
they want, you know, our job is to keep going. So if I'm at home and I need to take a break, I'll be like, well, Mary's not looking, nobody's watching.
take a
take a
couple
quick,
sips.
yeah, I can take a quick sip, right?
Yeah.
Like here, I don't do that. Yeah, for sure.
And keep going.
I keep going.
I mean, if you looked at that first video, and I'll show it again before we go, but Alicia's body changed, but more than that, like for both of us, I think our mindset changed. I really think the tools that I learned at Tony Robbins and I brought into this garage as I was going through like one of the hardest times of my life, really helped me grab on to God number one and gratitude. So every day it didn't matter. Like we had crazy stuff going on. I mean, we could write a book, and that's what she's gonna do because she's gonna write a book about it. But she is. That's her calling, and she's just getting all her notes right now. But I don't know. God just prevailed through it, and I think if anything, in gratitude, it doesn't matter what happens, and in God, knowing God's presence is with you, like it's like arrows flying, you're underwater.
Yeah.
I mean, if anybody could speak about this, it's this beautiful girl right next to me who has been going through the arrows, the underwater. This is her year for turmoil, and you know, just grabbing on to God's grace, mercy, and peace, and knowing that He's with you every step of the way. And the thing too is acknowledging that life isn't perfect, and there's gonna be challenges every day, just little things and then big things that hurt a lot, and then annoying things, you know, and just kind of grabbing onto them and being like, all right, we're gonna keep moving forward. But Alisha said to me, Mary, you're doing something. I see it.
Yeah.
This is special. And
Yeah.
I was like, so I'm gonna say this. So during this time, because my husband was going through a lot of stuff, he was not on board.
Oh.
He wasn't on board. He kind of thought it was a little bit crazy. So I'm gonna say this just because I'm gonna be vulnerable, but he wasn't on board, and we were fighting about it, and I felt very torn as a believer because I felt like I should be in line with my husband. But I felt this calling. I don't know how to explain it. And even though I was going through dark stuff, I felt this knowing of, Mary, this is where you're supposed to be, and you're gonna have to fight for it. He doesn't see it yet, but I need you to keep going. And I felt like, but is this real? Or am I just crazy in my head? But I will say that as I let go of things, and that my hubby is in line with us. So he is supportive of MFF team and all the craziness, and I praise God for that, because that makes me light up and makes me know that I can keep going with what we're doing. But we were undergoing all of that
Yeah.
as we're trying to launch
Yeah.
this. And sometimes, look at me, if you are going through something like that where you like have this knowing and you know you're supposed to be doing something, but you feel so, just keep bringing that back to God. And I promise that it's not going to happen overnight, but God will show you the right way. But
No, I saw
So-
the reactions of people, and that's why I was surprised because like we were. I don't know if you did. If you had done any like in your own like space and garage, and like how you saw her come across,
Yeah.
and then to be in the garage and to see all the reactions from everyone, I was floored. Like because I was doing the workouts on my own, and then all of a sudden here I am, and I'm reading the comments, and I'm like, whoa, like.
Yeah.
happening.
People
Yeah.
are listening. People are watching.
Yeah, people are listening, people are watching. You have something, Mary. You have a presence. You have.
and I'm like,
a
I don't know what I'm
message.
doing, but
Yeah.
okay, we're gonna
Yeah.
keep going.
Yeah, and that really like blew my mind, and that's when I was like, you gotta keep going. Like, what are you talking about? Like, no, wait.
Yeah, and every day I'd be like, I don't know if we're gonna make it, and so we would kind of do that little parody of one day she would be falling apart and
Yeah.
I'd be like, you can do
Yeah.
it, and then another day,
Yeah.
we
Switched.
switched,
Yeah.
and that's what I think through that bond of us not just becoming workout friends for 2 weeks, but then, really
Like friends.
like
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
like a deep friendship.
Yeah.
Where there was a moment, I'm just gonna be vulnerable, where Alisha had to pull away because she had to kind of figure some stuff out, and I had a really hard time with it because she had kind of become this like anchor with me, and I didn't know what to do with it, and it was really kind of a confusing time for our friendship. But the great thing is that there was a pull away, not a breakup, but just like a pull away.
Yeah.
I did make her a video. I was like, please don't go. Please don't go.
No, you did.
Don't go.
Oh,
I did.
Yeah.
Her own
Before
private
TikTok.
TikTok.
She did.
I made my own private
TikTok.
TikTok
She did.
for her.
Yes.
I was like, I want you to know.
Well, I think too, like, because we had gone through a lot. Like, it
A
was
lot.
just you and me. Like,
Yeah.
until Share Bear came in December, I think it was,
Yeah.
or so.
Well, she was your like break free. So we'll
Yeah.
talk about that after
Yeah,
you share
it
this.
was just me, and like
There's a
there
lot
was
of pressure.
There was pressure. There was personal stuff going on, like really heavy personal stuff for me
with
going
your own
on.
family.
Yeah, and then additionally there was.
If you come to the garage and you work on my platform, just know you will be attacked. Just want you to know.
yeah, I mean it was.
Shipper's like, God, I shouldn't have come in here.
Oh, no.
It's spiritual warfare. I truly believe in that. I know it's
But
so
it's
crazy.
a lot, and then also the commitment, right? Like, are you crying?
Yeah. I'm gonna let my.
Oh, okay.
I thought you.
Don't knock over the camera. Okay, keep
Of course
going.
not. There was, it's the commitment, right?
Yeah.
And that showing up factor, and when you're personally being attacked, and you've got to show up, and you don't feel like being on camera,
Yeah.
and you don't feel like you have anything to shine. Your light is dim. You don't want people to see you. You kind of want to hide. You're tired. You're worn out, and that's where I was at
Yeah.
that point.
Yeah.
And it was really, really hard.
Well, there was some COVID scare
There was
stuff.
COVID stuff.
My mom was sick. and
Yeah.
So you were a little bit
I
nervous.
had my
and-
father-in-law with us
Yeah.
at that time. It was not. It was. Gosh, when you look back on it,
Oh
like,
my
it
gosh,
was
we
like,
went through so much
it
stuff.
was- yeah, it really, really was.
It
a
really
lot.
was a lot.
And that, I think, because we had gone through so much that when I needed to pull away, it was like.
It was a big loss for me. I
Yeah.
felt like I didn't know what to do, even though before I did it all on my own.
Right.
But I really realized that having part of like a friend or someone in here with me in the garage
Yes.
was nice to have that company. During COVID, a lot of us felt alone, and I think a lot of you came to this platform because you found peace. It was a great workout, but you found more than that here. I know you did. I know you found God's peace here. It was so much more than a push-up or a squat. And, there were lots of mess-ups along the way, channel stuff. But the cool thing was is that Alisha, when she believed in it, she said, hey, Mary, I want to help you. So that was the other thing that happened. I said, what do you mean? She's like, I want to help you because I see the vision in this, and I think I'm supposed to be a part of this. And I was like, I believe you are. I was like, so she helped me hire some people to help me with my website and push to launch the platform that kind of flopped, and then we relaunched it, and I had a sabotager. I had, we just had a lot of stuff happen. There's a list. You really got to write the book. I think they'll buy it. Will you buy her book? I think you will.
I don't know if I believed I was supposed to be a part of it as much as I believed I was supposed to help you move forward
Mhm.
with it. That's the part that I always have struggled with, is like, oh, me a part of it, like me on, and the working out. I'm like, my little red face just gets redder and redder, and then she's like, how we do it? Like, right.
But that's why you love our channel, because we are not perfect, picture-perfect Barbies,
Yeah,
right?
that's it.
Like, we're just us, like, I'm just Mary. I mean, look at my name. How plain can that be? My name, like, it's just Mary. And, we got Sexy Alisha, we got Shabber. But, I think we just embody the
like it's
just
real.
real women, and, real things happening, things not technology. I can't even talk.
But that's
this is
funny
just
you
goofy.
said- That's true, because when you look at all fitness videos, right? How good do they look?
They're
They
like,
look
look
so
good.
good, and I, that really was in my head.
Yeah.
I don't know if
Not
that's
a
in
hair
your
out of
head.
place.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like if you have watched me work out, oh, she's got 10-year-old hair coming back, like on the playground, right? Like her face gets really, really red. Funny story. Remember the guy at the gym when I'd be doing the group training, and my face would be like really red, right?
He was worried.
He would come up to me and he'd be like, "You be careful now." And I'm like, "Sir, my face just gets red. Like it's okay."
So let's go fast forward into one of our very favorite videos. What does this represent? Can you remember?
Spice Girls?
No.
No, it's
Do you remember? Hi, Barbie.
Yeah.
Oh!
Yeah, it's Barbie and Ken.
The very first TikTok for
It
Alisha,
is, yes.
where it technically wasn't a TikTok. We started doing the challenge groups, and I was like, here, quick, you
Yeah.
be Ken, and I'll be Barbie.
Well, I think we were just trying to brighten people's day, right? Like,
Oh boy.
Oh, yes, darling. We were just all about the people. I didn't really want to wear this red wig.
maybe she wanted to wear the red wig.
It's my favorite wig.
You love that wig.
But we did the Barbie video, and then that turned into, some more shenanigans. Let
Yeah.
us put your wig on. I don't know what happened
I
to the
don't
wig.
think I can
Oh,
wear
wow.
So
that.
put it on right now. Put it on.
Oh, wow, this is marvelous.
And then when Alisha took a break, there came Cher Bear. Grab your wig.
Oh god.
And in November, we got a little crazy on TikTok. We did a little, what's that one video with the Spice Girls? Wannabe.
Wannabe, yes. Oh,
And then we did, push it. Push it real good.
Oh,
Here's
that
your
one was
chain.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, baby. Bop. Here, put yours on.
No, but when Cher Bear joined, though, it was intensified with the dance routines, and I was like,
Yeah.
there's a lot
I
of
just started with Pump It Up.
there's
No.
a lot of pressure for
Oh,
me here.
pump it up. Right.
That was
Come
our
on.
first
that's
jam.
what- yeah.
Pump it up. Why your feet?
That's when there was a lot of "you can do this, we believe in you."
And then
And she used to dance, so she can.
we've got other multiples that are coming your
Yeah.
way too. I have this new hat. Look, do
I
you like this?
like it.
Here, put on the captain hat.
Put it on.
Put on the MF hat. Yeah, that's what would happen in here, right? I'd be
Right.
like, we're doing a TikTok. Everybody's staying till the end until we get it just right.
Oh yeah, that's the other thing. It takes work.
Look at it. And wait. So one time, let me tell you a funny story, okay? We're trying to do the Shakira.
Oh.
And I tell Alicia's like, my life's falling apart. I'm like, you know what, Alicia? I got vodka. I can
She
do
did.
it.
She did.
Here's a little shot, okay? You need to calm down.
It was what?
We gotta shoot this
No, it
video.
wasn't even that. I think it was like a strawberry margarita or something.
Yeah, it was just
like,
a little bit.
Just a little.
But then she was like,
Oh my gosh.
What
yeah.
happened to
Sexy Alisha came out for sure. Midnight Alisha. Midnight
No,
Sexy Alisha came
Alicia
out.
after dark.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Oh my god.
So what happened though is that's kind of when Alicia pulled out because she's having her father-in-law wasn't well, a lot of stuff, and I got TikTok crazy.
Oh.
Let's just talk about the issues we had, okay? So like Alicia's like, I can't
so
do this
hot with
right
this.
now.
Yeah, I was like,
And
very
so Cher Bear came in and it was like, let's go Cher Bear, let's go, let's do all the TikToks, and Cher Bear was all about it. And
And Cher Bear's a dancer, so she's
Yes.
like really, really good.
Alicia's like, Mary, this is getting I can't learned all these moves.
Yeah.
But we
Don't put pressure on me.
But we learned that TikTok isn't just about dancing. You can do a lot of
No.
fun stuff. So now it's like super easy to do a TikTok. We made some funny ones.
We made some funny ones.
Yes.
You guys made some good ones.
We made
too.
some funny
I
ones.
really love
too.
the Titanic one. That's like my favorite one.
Titanic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With her booty bands.
Yes.
The booty band.
Booty
I
bands.
love those.
How come you don't have your wig on?
It was getting so hot. Oh gosh. No, look at you. You
Oh,
look great.
like I said before, you all were the best thing that happened to me during COVID. This community got me through it. I remember the wig.
Oh, Sarah
What do you
says,
see over here?
this is my friend Sarah. She says, you're all awesome for putting yourselves out there. Big heart. I'd buy the book.
Yay! Sexy Alisha's launching her next book.
Sarah,
Yes.
I miss
What
you.
happens in that MF and garage?
Behind the scenes.
The
You know?
MF garage. So Cher Bear came on the scene.
Yeah.
So Cher Bear, your anniversary's not here yet, but you came on the scene. She was walking down the street
Yeah, she was. I remember that.
saying
yeah.
my name.
Yeah.
Mary.
Yeah. I remember that.
I hear a noise.
Mary.
And so she ended up. We did a booty band commercial one time outside because
Yes.
we bought the booty band.
That's right.
But then you ended up coming to work out with us, and you were such a blessing to us on the channel. And
Such a big blessing.
she brought the Cher Bear spirit. Cher
Uh-huh.
Bear stick.
She does.
Go, stick.
No,
And-
I remember when Cher Bear did the first
Oh, God, it's
fight.
hot.
I
It's
told you.
hot. Woo!
And she was like really comfortable and relaxed and like really, and I was like, and she was having fun, and I was like, oh, we can have fun?
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
oh,
Yes.
I don't feel like so
Let's
serious
play.
and like stiff and like, oh, you know, like 'cause she was like, yeah, oh, yeah, and I was like, what's going on? I was like, oh, and then you really helped me to loosen up
Yeah.
because of that, because you were just so like, yeah, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna try to be like that.
Like, have
Yeah.
fun.
I'm not
Yeah.
that level still, but it's okay. It's okay.
But I definitely think that you grew in your confidence and
yeah.
like
Oh, yeah.
and in your place on the channel. And,
Yeah.
and she struggled with the Sexy Alisha name for a long time.
Oh, yeah.
We actually got into some fights about
Yes,
it,
we did.
and I wouldn't let down because I'm so stubborn. And then she kind of just embraced the Sexy Alisha because it's not what it sounds like.
I
you
know, and you know,
it's kind of fun and silly.
and also it's just one of those things where I had shared with Mary, you know, especially like as a professional career woman, it's not something that you're really like allowed to be or that you even want to be associated with because you have to work so hard to be taken seriously a lot of
Yes.
the time. And so I really fought it in the beginning because I was like, I don't want anybody to see it or hear it or know it.
She
you
wanted
know.
to be awesome, Alisha.
Yeah, I wanted to be awesome. And then Arlene got awesome,
Awesome.
Arlene. And I was so not happy. I was
Oh.
like, how could you give her awesome? Like, hello. you
Yeah,
know.
and then Stephanie got to pick her name. She
Yeah,
got so
and then
mad at me
Stephanie
because
got to
she's
pick
like, I
her
want to be
name.
Ninja Steph. I was
Yeah,
like, sure.
And I was like, what? Like, and then you got like Cher Bear, because
I
it was
know
always
her
been
name.
Cher Bear, right? And I was like, wait a minute here, right? So I really fought it, and then it probably about almost 10 months or so, like really just recently, I was like, you know what, like, if you have a problem with a name for me and are gonna put me in that kind of box, then you obviously don't know all of the talents and gifts that I have to bring. It's on you, like that. This is just fun. It's a fun nickname, you know. We laugh about it. It's
Yes.
like, it's kind
I
of.
mean,
one of
we're
those
really
things.
more like Lucy and Ethel on
Right.
this channel. It's
Right.
not like
It's
we're
not
doing
like-
Pussycat Dolls fans.
No, not at all. And
Sorry.
she took it to another level again.
No, that was her. We got a flashback into Flashdance TikTok.
Oh.
So Alisha shows up, and I was like, okay, so I think we're gonna do like, we got the glitter. Like, you guys, we had the buckets. I MacGyvered it with the glitter, and there was glitter everywhere. It took us hours to clean it up. Hours. You're okay. So our husbands were getting a little jelly.
They were getting a little annoying.
Oh,
We were
for sure.
talking all
Yeah.
day,
Yeah.
like trying to get the website to go
Yeah.
and all this
There was a
stuff.
lot always
And they
going
were,
on.
yeah. And Corey was like, "Okay, I think like you spend too much time with
Yeah.
and Mary." And Skip's like, all you do is you're always with Alisha. So we kind of had a girl-mance maybe, and
Yeah.
and they got really upset with us. But back to the glitter. The glitter. So Alisha shows up. She's like, "I got moves like this and this," and I was like,
wow.
Alisha, we're not that kind of
channel. We're not doing that. She's I don't want to promote that on my channel.
No, I really did. I got really into it.
Yeah.
And I came over and I straddled the chair and I did this whole like
Yes.
and
She
she was
watched
like
the video like the
she
real
was
flash
like, so we're not doing that.
So I know you guys don't think I'm crazy because she
Do
brought
all
all my videos and stuff, but yeah, I was like, we're not doing that, Alisha.
Yeah, she was like, like looking at me like, have you gone mad? What's wrong with you? Because normally I'm the very reserved one, right? And she's like, a little more hip. Like we would do the TikToks and she'd be like, I really need you to show up this time. Like really like, you know, and I'm like, oh, like, okay.
Like more.
Like, you know when we did that one that was like pour some sugar on me?
Yes.
Remember? And she was like, you gotta really come in and whip your hair. And I'm like, how much hair whipping can I do? You know? So
The motorcycle. It was with the wig though.
yeah, it was with the wig, and you don't want, you know, the headband or whatever to fall off and stuff. And
What about crack the whip?
Oh,
you did so good.
that
on
one I was really like, yeah, I was like, this is my element. I got this.
That
one.
was
Yeah,
good.
that was good because I was like, this is like baton twirling, right?
Yes.
Like I can do that. But yeah, she would be like, okay, you really like, I really want you to like show up. You're the first to come into the camera, and I'm like, okay.
Hey, I don't know
got
the
this.
producer. I am
got
the
it.
producer.
Yeah, you
I got it.
And
My
mine starts like
expectations are high here.
5:30 in the morning, right? Yeah.
Oh gosh. Oh yeah, 5:30.
5:30 in the morning. So for me to
Okay.
show up at 5:30 in the morning, ready to like, is like, you know, I show up like this half the time. Good morning.
Good morning. So I don't know. I feel like we brought out all our tricks and stuff, and I don't know. I guess the question now is, Alisha, like, where are you at now? A whole year after being in the garage, going through our ups and downs of everything in life, and being here, and like, how do you feel now? And then, like, what's like a message you want to send out to all of our friends out there, whether you're on the screen with us or on your screen, because that's the best part of this channel.
Yeah.
And also reminding you guys, like, I'm not just the COVID girl. Like, I feel like I have to say that sometimes. Some people are like, thanks so much for your time. I'm back to the gym. And I'm like,
Yeah.
wait a minute. Like, you
Yeah.
don't have to go. Like,
Yeah.
we're here for you always. And this wasn't just for COVID. This happened for a reason. And there's so much more to this. And I know, and I can see it, and I can feel it. And I'm excited for more growth because I feel it coming. But I don't know. Go ahead.
Where I'm at. So about 2 months ago, we were doing one of the workouts, maybe an ATC or a HIIT, one of the strength hits, and it was with the weights, and we have to go down in a push-up and we raise it. The
Oh,
weight.
push-up row.
Push-up rope, thank you. And I was on my toes, and I was going deep, and it was like the first time that I felt like I'm strong.
Yeah.
I'm strong. And I got really like emotional, like you couldn't see because I'm like down, but I got really emotional because I was like, I have worked so hard to get to this point, like so hard. And I was like, and here I am, I'm strong.
Yeah.
And then we did a workout last week. Which one was it? Was it it must have been a flex. Or,
We did
no,
a flex.
I stayed for the HIIT.
Oh, fit cardio.
Fit cardio.
Yeah, I killed everybody on Friday. I
And
was
I'm
on
injured.
fire. I was wearing yellow pants.
Yeah, she was like going crazy.
Oh
And I'm
my
injured,
gosh.
so I can't do like the burpees and the push-ups and all that. And even it, like with all the modifications, a wonderful woman posted, Alisha, you are my role model. And I thought, I don't even know why. Like I'm modifying, and it just made me realize that people see you differently than the way you see yourself sometimes, or a lot of the time probably. And if I inspire people without realizing that I'm inspiring people, that's like such a gift, and I don't even know why I have it, right? Like I don't even know why it was God picked me, because I'm like, Lord, I'm kind of a hot mess, and I run around, and when I get overwhelmed and stressed, I start kind of retreating and like hiding
Well,
in
that's
my
why you picked me to come and pull you out of your.
And even this morning we were talking about how I struggle with like, all of my family obligations, and I feel like I always am the one who has to shirk something for myself, right? So I'm like, well, I may need to pull back here and and I have to have a lot of internal conversations with myself to say, you are worth this you work hard, you deserve the hour or the hour and a half or whatever it is, they will be okay. Like, don't stop. Don't let everyone else come first. Because that's my initial response is everyone else needs me. I have to be there for everyone, right? Like my kids, my husband, my family, all of it. And it's so overwhelming. It's so
but I think
easy.
I think you've grown in that because
Do
when
you?
you first came, you would go into state of overwhelm, and I would kind of use some of the Tony Robbins stuff I learned to like
Pull me
bring you
out.
back.
Yeah.
And then like you would do it again and again, and I would try to do it again and again, and I feel like now you're starting to do it yourself without me saying anything.
You think
to
so?
you.
Yeah.
You go into your like, and then you're like, wait a minute, Mary. So I was thinking, I'm not gonna pull back, and I'm like, I didn't have to say anything. Whereas before I would have to say, well, Alisha,
Yeah.
how about you think about this, that? Like
Yeah.
you're starting to do it on your own, and I really think that those Tony Robbins little tiny like tactics, they really help because my whole life I lived in the state of overwhelm and now I just like I'm like no, I'm not going there. When I see myself do it, I reverse and then I stop and breathe and look at what
Right.
And I think you're doing that now.
Right.
And so like you're the one because when you took about a month and a half off, that
Yeah.
was rough on you.
Yeah.
And then
it was.
you came back and it was hard to get back.
It was hard to
in.
kind of to do it again all
But
over.
I think you remember that, and you're like, I don't want to go back to
No.
that place because you didn't feel good.
No, I didn't. I was like, ah. And I think the other thing too is that God gives you people in your life that you're not expecting at a time when you least expect it, right? And He gave me you. And I don't like a lot of friends. I have a lot of people who I'm like really like. I am very like like. I'm that type of person where we may not talk for a year, but if you said, let's go to dinner and get together and catch up, I'm totally like, yeah, sure, that would be great, and I'll do it and everything, because I love people. But to let people in to my life, like, very close, and, like, to know what's truly going, I don't. Like, I keep a very small little circle, and it's very family. And so God gave Mary, He put Mary in my life, right? He was working us up a little bit here and there, baseball and training and all this stuff. And then now I'm like, we're good friends. Like, wow,
Yeah.
and I wasn't expecting that. And I always go back to the fact that I lost such a good friend in my life a couple years ago, and it devastated me. It still devastates me. And I think God just knew, like, you need to open up yourself. Like, it's easy to put those walls around myself. It's easy to just kind of carry that burden alone and not share and stay quiet. And I think God just knew, like, that's not what this life is all about for you. And open yourself up. And she really makes me open myself up. Like, really. And so we're like the yin and yang, I feel like where I can be like, okay, let's really like da-da-da, and you're like, let's just do it, and I'm like, yeah. And there's this kind of like beautiful balance to it, and even like when I get grumpy, I know she knows, and she's kind of like, yeah, okay, we'll just let her ride it out, and like when she's flustered because she's doing so much, and there's so much going on, and maybe a shoe gets thrown or whatever. Oh,
The flip-flop.
Yeah, the flip-flop.
We had a bad technology day, and I got really upset and threw a couple things in here. It doesn't usually happen.
No, it doesn't at all.
I hit Zerg with the shoe.
you hit Zerg, and I was like, I'll just keep putting the things together,
It's like Mary's just having a moment.
Yeah,
It's gonna be okay.
But that's the beauty of when God puts people together He knows like what you need in your life, and that you teach me grace so much on a daily basis, like all of the time, like, because I get really like fired up, and I'm like, I don't know, Mary. And she's kind of like, I'm just going to give them grace. And I'm like, oh, you're always giving people grace. I'm going to go over there and talk to them for you. Like, And then, like, I'll have someone, like, do something to me, and I'll be like, I'm just going to give them grace. And just move on and da-da, because you teach me, like, to give each other grace, and just, I don't know, I think that's the next chapter is anything, to be honest.
do, right? We're
Like,
flying.
yeah,
Like,
I feel like it's, hopefully, like, we get more together, that, yes, I will get stronger, yes, you will see me do, more, hopefully, physically.
and more TikToks, of course. More
But
flash
I
dances.
gotta go now, goodbye. But also emotionally, I think, hopefully you see a light, maybe, more, even more from all of us. Yeah.
And Cheer Bear, what would you like to add to this? I know because it was so like it was Alicia's day and Cheer Bear showed up. She's like just sitting side by side.
I love Cheer Bear.
But Cheer Bear support.
I love
I'm
that
always
you're
here
here.
for support. You're the best. You're
I also
so
was
much
kind
fun.
of like secretly hoping you would show up.
Oh, well, you didn't tell her.
I forgot
She
though.
showed up for the workout. I was like, there's no workout. I'm in my pajamas. My hair's up here. I'm like, we're about to do a live video.
I forgot. I remembered at like 11 last night. I forgot to send a text. And then I saw you this morning and I was like, I knew there was something I forgot to do.
But Cheer Bear, for you, as being a part of the MFF community, and because I know you like always share with me, like, so Cheer Bear is such a giver, and she is like the pillar for her family, and she's gone through a lot of stuff. She doesn't have to share that, but she's so strong. She's so positive and just loves on everybody. You really are like Cheer Bear. Like you really are. We need to make a little Cheer Bear of her, like a little
like
animal,
from
so
like
we can like
Build-A-Bear?
like when you're sad, you have Cheer Bear next to your bed. But that's how I felt with Cheer Bear. She was like that fresh, just sunshine in my life in the garage, and so silly. We can be like we're like 12. We really act like we're 12 when we're together.
Play in the garage.
We play together. And from my perspective for Cheer Bear, God brought her here too because she gives so much. She forgets to be Cheer Bear.
Yeah.
And Cheer Bear, just by herself, not mom, not wife, not, caretaker, she is just this like bubble of life and fun, and you have to be Cheer Bear sometimes because that's what brings you to life. And I feel like my calling in here is to like set women free, but not like crazy, not like Alicia in a woman.
In the
More-
convertible.
in the convertible. But I felt like my calling for these girls was to like, hey, I need you to live again. Like, I need you to jump in, whatever that is, and like let yourself be you again. Because we get lost and confused, and I know all my crazy TikToks seem crazy to some people, but it's just me being my silly 12-year-old self, really. And I'm okay with that if you're okay with that. But Cheer Bear came in, we had a lot of fun, but I guess Cheer Bear, what do you feel like you've like learned the most in the last, I think you've been with us for maybe 6 months?
Half a year. Yeah.
Yeah, but you've gone through a lot of stuff, so you had to pull back and not be here as much, but you're coming back. But go ahead and share with them. Make you feel comfortable sharing.
Life continues on. You can't stop and let it get to you, and you have to take time, step back, like Mary said, give back to yourself, because no one's gonna do it for you. You gotta do it for yourself. And if anything, she's the one who's really taught me, especially with creating all of this and taking risks. But then feeling the benefits, the results from it, it is rewarding if you put in the time. I don't know, just keep going. She taught me keep going, because you have to. You can't stop. I love you, Mary. I love you, Alicia.
It makes you feel better when you come in here. It's okay. We don't want to make her cry today. We love Cheer Bear, and like I said, if you come in the garage, the tsunami does come.
Yeah.
It does, because I feel like this is a special place. And somebody said the other day, if the devil's not coming after you, then you're not worth it. So we must be doing something right, because because there have been so many trials. And so we still want to keep our message out there of faith and love and peace. Two are better than one. They return to good work
Oh, thank
for each
you.
other. And also just, I don't know, just tell you guys that we love you. We're here for you. There's 3 or 4 or 5 of us in here in the garage. We've got Easy E.
Yes.
We've got, Ninja Steph. She's on a new adventure. But we're always here for you. And we're just happy that you're part of the MFF family. And I did want to say one thing. So Alicia and I met because
Sorry.
Can you not see that on the channel? This is like professional, okay? Look at how professional we are.
real?
So listen, Alicia,
My thug chain.
11 years, yeah, with your thug chain. 11 years ago, I pivoted from my job. I lost my teaching job, started teaching TKB, went on the playground, and then moved it to a bar studio, which is really funny, from my neighbor. And that's where she lived.
Yeah.
She came to my TKB in this little bar studio. So, and Andrea, Dr. Dre, that came to the channel the other day, she is also kind of this pivotal moment that I realized that she is from the past as well. I hired her as a TKB instructor for me at that time. So 11 years ago, I started my own business called the Turbo Studio. And I even had little instructors working for me. And I was telling her it was the foreshadowing of MFF now. And that being said, so your past you, like you right now, impacts the you of your future. Like, so you saying, no, I can't show up, that impacts you 5 years down the line. So 11 years ago, that Mary Fulton that decided to be an entrepreneur with one certificate and start her own business, met Alisha. Little did I know that not in that moment, but that, you know, we would cross paths, but that she would end up in the garage, and I feel like it's a foreshadowing.
It's so weird.
And then becoming like best friends in here and like the crazy stuff. And so I kind of made mention of that in my video last night, but I just want to encourage you that, like, you know what, guys, the little decisions, like the small little decisions that we make daily do impact us. They do. The saying, I am going to take a hold of my health and show up. I am going to read my Bible. I'm going to sit in stillness. I'm going to, whatever it is, I'm going to launch my small business and call it a small business. That's all I did was my little itty bitty business. And I'm not going to call it that anymore. It's my business. And I signed my taxes and it said President, La Presidenta.
Did it really?
Yes, President. And I was like, holy crap, that's a lot of information, like a lot of like responsibility. But I was like, yeah, I'm the president of MFF. For all the MFFers out there, I am the presidente. Just kidding. But so anyway, I just wanted to share the foreshadowing and all the things that have happened, and that all your tiny little steps, what you do now, counts for the future you. Mary at 24 decided, I need to lose 40 pounds. I'm unhealthy. That girl spurred on who I am today in 2021. Healthy and strong after 3 babies. I could be 80 pounds overweight and just let it go and just be okay with that. I wasn't okay with that. Everybody's got their different where they're okay with, and I knew that at 24 there's no reason to be 40 pounds overweight. So I took care of it and got rid of it with every baby, made myself show up, okay? I wanted to throw up sometimes. I would go pregnant, do TKB. Do you remember?
Yes.
At night I would go do TKB. I made it my mission, and I decided I wanted it. I don't know what it is that you need out there. Maybe you have high cholesterol. You really want to work on your eating. Maybe it's a relationship that's severed. Maybe it's your faith. Maybe you haven't read your Bible or prayed. Well, then take this moment now, because the future you needs you to show up. She showed up every day. She didn't want to be here sometimes because she was going through stuff. She still showed up. And so the future her this year has learned and grown through the goods, the bads, and the uglies. Same thing here. Going through so many things, even an infection in her leg from a toenail. The toenail infection. Husband stabbed her with a toenail.
She's gonna cut your toes.
She's okay now. We cut his toenails. But,
Cut
you
the
know,
toes. Are you kidding?
we all showed up. I got hurt. Pivot, 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 pivot. It's about pivoting. It's about being grateful. It's about being still. And also just listening to God's voice. He is listening. He is present with you. Good, bad, ugly, all of it. He is with you. And so we just thank you so much for hanging out with us for the last, I don't know, hour.
I know, huh?
Yeah. I don't know who stayed.
We have V who said, love you, Cheryl. You are a blessing. Lisa said, love you, girls.
Love you guys so much.
Aw,
We talked a lot, but that's what we like to do, people.
I
Girl
know.
talk a lot. It's girl
V
talk.
says, what a year it has been. Happy anniversary, Alicia. You've brought so much joy to us all.
Yay. So we're just so excited, and we just thank you so much for everything, you guys. And just a final farewell. Stronger together.
Mind, body,
But I got a couple things I want to say. Oh, grab the resistance bands. We got two things for you right now. We've got join the resistance. So get your bands today and join our group. It's going to be amazing with the resistance bands, and you can be put in the challenge. Everything's included, even your videos, however you want to do it. And also today, it's Just Jump In. It's National Jump In Day! So think about that. Alicia jumped in on National Jump In Day, and we didn't even know. We didn't even know, and that was your first day. It's very epic. So tonight, you can join me at Sunset Beach, and we're going to be doing a beach boot camp workout. If you can't join us live or stream it live, it's okay. You can watch it on demand whenever you want. It's $10 in the shop. Please sign up now.
Yes.
And join us.
And you
It's
get all the
$10.
info there, right? Like
Yeah, all
once
the
you
info.
sign up?
You'll get an automatic email, and if you don't get it, please email us ASAP. And we love you guys so much. You got to run to the gym now. I will see you guys soon. Stronger together, mind, body, soul, and Sexy Alisha. And Sherbet. And the good old Emma. I'll see you guys soon. Bye. Hold on, don't go anywhere. Here's our workout
Happy
over
Monday!
there.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to see you guys. I've missed you so much, and I have a special, amazing guest. Get over here. Get over here. So my name is Mary Fulton, and this is Mary Fulton Fit. We are doing body pump today. But for those of you that don't know me, well, I've had an injury, and so I was thinking of like, oh my gosh, how can I keep teaching you guys and keep coming back? Because I know that you want